The heat of the Nevada desert begins to subside. The stars in the skies are shining their beauty for those who are willing to look up. An officer of the United States Anti-Megalosaurus Force standing outside of the gates of Outpost 67 is not looking up, but looking straight ahead. He digs into his pocket and takes out a pack of cigarettes and a lighter. General Alan Melvin takes out a stick, lights it, and puts the pack and the lighter back into his pocket. He digs into his right pocket as he takes a huff. He takes out his Galaxy S2 and looks at the time. Where the hell is he? He rests his arm down and looks back up ahead. The moon is full and is providing a light source on the sands of the desert. A shadow appears against its silhouette. Melvin squints his eyes. The object grows and gets closer, taking on its familiar shape. Its hull becomes broader. The redesigned superstructure bears a resemblance of HMS Dreadnought. Its twin turret 15-inch cannons, one forward and one on the starboard and port, are striking. Its new turbine engines gives the massive vessel its thrust. On the forward bow, a head statue of the monster's face is on full display. Two more ships, similar in design of the same class, travels alongside the main ship. The hovering battle carriers, KVS King Henry the Great, Queen Vanessa, and Tammy the Wise, descends its altitude as they get closer to the outpost. The base's anti-air systems detects the incoming ships, but they do not open fire as an order from the general. General Melvin himself puffs smoke and takes the cigarette out of his mouth. About time. The Cutopian battle carrier slows down the descent. They stop 50 feet from the ground. The turbine engines kicks up sand and dust, some of which hits Melvin. The King Henry turns to port, showing its starboard. A hatch opens, and a ramp forms, placing itself 20 feet away from the human. Melvin brushes the sand from his suit uniform and gazes his eyes up at the open hatch. A large, monstrous figure comes into view. His feet stomps as he walks down it. Finally, he lands on the sand and stops in front of the general. Melvin looks up as the 10-foot-tall King Robert Bowser I looks down. You're late. Family matters. A child to raise is difficult. Speaking of, ready to see him? Bowser grunts. The general turns and walks through the gate with the Category 5 Titan following behind. The hallways of Outpost 67 are packed with armed soldiers and scientists. In one hallway, they make way for the general and the king. I hope you've been informed on what's been happening. Kamek told me everything. How is it that he's still alive? Don't know why you're asking me that, but we don't know, honestly. I mean, with all the missing body parts, I'm surprised that he's alive at all. Leave it to Dovahkiin to not finish the job. I heard that. Snooping as usual, I see. Hey, it ain't my fault that you can't keep your thoughts in check. Ain't that right, bitch? A very vivid and recent memory flashes in Bowser's mind. I'm the guy who wants to see how long you last until I make you my bitch. I wish I could remove that from my mind. Too bad, bitch. Deal with it. Robert grumbles, getting Melvin's attention. Hey, you good? Shut up and keep walking. All right. A pair of doors opens. The two beings steps through, entering a very secured room. They come to a stop in front of a large glass window. Robert gazes his eyes through on what is on the other side. He lightly growls at what he's seeing. The former disgraced king of Cutopia, Andrew Bowser, Andrew the Terrible by his son and people, sits in the middle of an empty room. His left arm is missing, and parts of his face and chest are scarred and burnt from either Gamera or Robert himself. Even some of his bones are sticking out of the legs. He woke up from his coma about 2 days ago. Since then, we've increased the security and monitored his every movement. You should be killing him right now. Easier said than done. He rarely said a word, but I can tell that he hasn't forgotten what he did. As he should. No way would the people and I ever forget what he did. His fist clenches, remembering what he and his people went through during the famine, the rebellion, the revolution, and the Civil War. Even if he tries to forget, I vowed that it would never be the case.
and I swore I'd have my revenge.
Well, the man turns his body to him. If that was the case, then why did you let Gamera do it for you? And sure, we hate Andrew too, but let's be honest, what you did during the Civil War was just as bad. Bowser turns his head and stares at him with an eyebrow raised.
What are you implying, human?
I'm implying that you're not that innocent. We got documented evidence of what you did.
How I achieve victory is none of your concern.
Especially when it applies to some of our people?
It was your fault for getting involved in our business.
Only because he threatened us. Okay, let me ask you this. Which do you hate more, us or Andrew?
Both of you are terrible, especially when the ambassador to our kingdom decided to side with him.
Harold Robotnik? Steam puffs out of Bowser's snout. The general scratches the back of his head. Well, I can tell you this right now. Yeah, sure, we got some awful people here in the States and everywhere else, but I can tell you that we humans are not that awful as you think, if you just get to know us. Bowser does not respond. He turns his head back to the glass window. Melvin shakes his head in disappointment. From the inside, Andrew lifts his head and turns to the window. From his point of view, it is nothing more than a blank nothing. Don't worry. He can't see us.
But he knows that I am here. Let him rot.
He turns around and begins to walk away with the general watching.
It's coming.
Suddenly, Robert stops and looks over his shoulder.
It is happening. It will come. What is he talking about?
He's been going on about a thing that will happen. He kept saying that, the great apocalypse is coming or something. Bowser's right eyebrow lifts. He turns ahead, crossing his arms, and thinks.
The great apocalypse. Where have I heard that before? Dovahkiin?
I heard. Actually, this is the first time I'm hearing about it too. I'll have to ask my grandfather about that. Suddenly, a thought comes into Robert's mind. Robert, you must be strong, for when the great apocalypse comes, it will test your abilities like never before. But what is it? A horrendous event that entails the great calamity of our worlds. Bowser's mind comes back to the present day.
Now it all makes sense. How did I not see this before?
Hey, you okay, big guy?
I need to return to the kingdom.
The clock strikes 11:30 p.m. A soldier runs down the hallway and stops in front of the general as Bowser walks away. General, we have a problem in Vegas. What is it? A Titan and a horde of knights are swarming and attacking it. Any available units? The 22nd are already deployed, sir. Plus, I believe Bad Company and Akuba and Aguba are there with them. Bowser suddenly stops in his tracks. He quickly turns around to the humans.
Where can I find this Vegas you speak of?
The Las Vegas Strip boons in activity. Tourists and residents revel in its beauty, wonder, and spectacle. Families, friends, and lovers takes photos for the momentous occasions, something to remember for what a wonderful time they are having. And one group of friends are doing just that. Inside of the Strip House Steakhouse, Jojo, his newly wedded wife Chloe, the Giovanni brothers, and Martinez, with the Koopa Hal McCoy and the Goomba Jeffrey Nie, are celebrating a holiday. A waiter sets a massive stacked chocolate cake with a single candle onto the table. Happy birthday, Jojo! Their friends clap as the man smiles and blows out the candle. Jose turns his attention to the Koopa. Hey, Hal, you know what? You're not so bad after all. Hey, I told you. And thanks for inviting us out of the kingdom. I definitely needed a break.
Did you forget about me?
And great job on the firing range. You handled it like a pro. It was nothing. After all, I held a crossbow when I was little. Jojo's eyes widens. You know what? My pappy would force me to hold his M1 when I was 5. Nowadays, I've gotten very used to it. Too bad I don't have it with me. Oh, we got you something. Luigi bends his upper body to the side. He rises back up, bringing up a wide present. Oh boy, here we go. All right, What is it? Open it. He hands the birthday man his present. Jojo darts his eyes all over the gift. Just by holding it, it seems to be something heavy. He sets it down and removes the wrapper. Halfway through, his eyes widens out of shock. No way! No fucking way! He removes the wrapper and holds it up for everyone to see. It is a box with a weapon on the front and a name displayed in white. The M1928 Thompson? Oh, hell yeah! Vargas lays the box down and opens it. The submachine gun is revealed in its full glory. His face is full of joy and glee. He lifts the weapon out of the box and holds it in his bare hands. Model of 1928, wooden handle grip, a blowback submachine gun, 10 pounds, 45 ACP, firing rate at about 700 rounds per minute, with a range of 164 yards. Whoa, I think my grandfather told me he saw one of those things during his time in the Pacific. Jojo looks back at the box. 4 50-round drum magazines are stacked on top of one another. Oh, hell the fuck yes! The wrist communicator's alarm goes off.
Warning, warning, warning.
Jojo's mood goes from happy and joy to frustration and anger almost instantly. And just when I thought I could have fun on my birthday! He sets the Thompson to his side and lifts his right arm. What is it?
The Kamacarus swarm, along with their queen, has broken out of Outpost 65.
The mutants, Kutopians, and the tank commander's face becomes grim. What? How the hell did they get out?
Unknown at this time.
Chloe stands up from her seat. What categories are they?
The juveniles are knights, but the queen is a 9.5 Titan.
Mamma mia. Great merciful corn. Direction?
70.74 miles and closing, approaching from the southeast.
That gives us some time for the evacuation. Any available units?
The AMF's 22nd Armored Division is currently en route to Vegas as we speak.
Jojo rests his arm down and grips the Thompson. Good. Time to do our part. Hal, Jeff, head across the street and provide sniper support. The two Kuptopians humps off from their seats. Hal reaches under the table and pulls out his M1903A1 with a scope. He pulls the book back halfway, checking if there is ammo, before closing it. It's a good thing I brought this. Mario, Luigi, get these people to the shelters and assist the Kuptopians. The brothers gives the man a nod. Martinez, you're with me and Chloe. Got your weapon on you? Terrell reaches down, revealing his M16A4. Jojo picks up a drum magazine and loads it into the machine gun. All right, bad company, let's move! The squad runs from the table. Mario and Luigi tells all of the customers that monsters are heading for Las Vegas, a warning that the people are taking heed of. 11:25 p.m. Outside and all over Las Vegas and the surroundings, the monster alarm blares and all of the activities are interrupted almost instantly.
Attention! Category 2s and a Category 5 are heading towards Las Vegas. All residents must evacuate to the nearest shelter immediately.
Without a second thought, the civilians heeds the warnings and heads to the nearby shelters. To the west, the 22nd Armored Division exits off Highway 11. 2 M2 Bradleys and 5 M1A2 Abrams tanks stays behind on the streets and the highway to provide support. The 63rd Tank Company enters S. Las Vegas Boulevard. On both sides of the street, they come to a stop near the steakhouse. Captain Lee Marlowe steps out of the lead Humvee and immediately sees the civilians exiting the restaurant itself. Come on, let's go! No time to waste! He and his soldiers guides them to where the shelters are located. Marlowe's eyes darts back to the entrance, spotting Vargas, Harrington Vargas, the Giovannis in their battle attire, the Kutopians, and Martinez exiting. Wait a minute. You're bad company? Yes, sir. Well, I didn't expect this, nor the Kutopians to be here. Martinez, aren't you supposed to be with the 3rd Armored Corps? I'm here on a visit, sir, but I'm willing to help out. Also, how many are we about to face? Over 350 of them, plus the Queen. Oh, hell! Omega, ETA.
T-minus 2 minutes.
Oh, shit, they get here fast! Back company, move! Get ready, people! 11:30 p.m. From the city of Henderson to the town of Paradise to Vegas itself, the streets are clear of all civilians. The humans that remain above ground are the professional soldiers of the USAMF. The Abrams and Bradleys are spread out in multiple areas, an armored vehicle for each platoon, to prevent a massive catastrophe. Vargas, Harrington Vargas, and Martinez stands near the pool of the Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino for Chloe's water-based ability. Vargas himself does not have his M1 rifle, but the newly gifted drum mag Thompson will have to do. Let's see what this thing can do. Omega, any weak points?
This weapon you wield can only do so little without the required monster-piercing ammunition. However, with the caliber of .45 ACP, shoot the massive eyes. It will render them blind. Once that is done, aim for their stomachs. Just watch out for their arms. They are prey mantis after all.
Got it. Martinez, help me out with that. I'm on it. Don't get too far away from me, boys. Across the street, inside of the Bellagio Hotel and Casino, the Super Mario Brothers, with Hal and Jeff, exits out of an elevator and enters a room. The brothers stands by the door while the Utopians runs up to the window. The window itself opens and gusts of wind blows inside. Hal sticks out his M1903 and rests it on his friend's head. Oof, it's a bit windy for this height. I'll manage. He moves his rifle as he looks down the scope. The bright lights of Las Vegas provides him the visibility of what he needs to see, but far away, into the darkness, it's a bit tricky. Mario and Luigi conjures flaming hammers and remains in place. Are you ready? I'm not sure. Remember what Kenji said. Remember what Kenji said. Don't cower from danger. Face it head on. Easy for you to say, Mario. You always do that. I've never been able to help you. Luigi, you? Their conversation stops. The sounds of faint flapping of wings gets their attention. Where's that coming from? Everywhere. The soldiers and tank crews on the ground look around to find where it is coming from. They aim their weapons up in the sky. The partial clouds blocks the full moon's light, reducing visible silhouettes. The sound becomes greater and greater. The humans' bodies become tense, freezing in place, but darting their eyes upwards. Bad Company hears the sound much closer than usual. A shriek echoes. They turn their bodies to the left. Their eyes veers upwards. Then they stop, locking on to the creature in question. A Kamacarus juvenile lifts its head, revealing its round orange eyes. Its sickle-shaped claws taps the wall that it is crawling down. Its reddish-brown skin is making it stick out easily. Damn, that's an ugly bastard. Stand your ground. Chloe's fist clenches as the water in the pool churns. The juvenile walks from the wall to the floor where the mutants are. They themselves hold their ground as it gets closer. Dead-Eye Jojo's eyes locks onto the beast. Across the street in the hotel, Hal spots the Kamacarus slowly getting near the mutants and tank commander. Spotted one, near the mutants and the human. How far is it? 475 yards. They got one, but where's the others? Small footsteps get their attention, but none in the room, even the Giovannis, are moving. All around. Throughout the city surrounding Vegas and in the city itself, the juveniles comes into view. They spot the human soldiers armed to the teeth. The Class S mutants and officer continue to watch the one juvenile getting closer to them. Martinez snaps his head to the right. Another is coming out from the side, with two more on the other side. A dark silhouette descends from the clouds. It lands on the runways of the Harry Reid International Airport. Standing at 85 meters, 280 feet, the Queen lifts her head and screeches to her children. They, in return, do the same. The peaceful observation turns into hostile anger and lunge into the attack. Gunfire is unleashed. The Battle of Las Vegas begins. The M2 Brownings and M134 miniguns on Humvees and tanks fires their MPBs. Every bullet would hit their targets, but the juveniles would either deflect the rounds with their claws or fly out of the way. Some of the soldiers, with expert aim, would neutralize their targets, only to be confronted by two more like a hydra losing its head. The Kamacarus lunges towards the mutants. Water protrudes from the pool and smashes onto the massive bugs. Harrington Vargas swings her arm to the right, directing the stream of water onto another. Its temperature starts to become colder. Frost grows as the creature's movement slows. They are frozen in place. Persight! Red aura engulfs Vargas. His eyes glow and darts to 1, 2, 3, 4 Kamacarus. Time slows down by a millisecond. He aims his Thompson and fires 4 short-control bursts, 1 for each. Time resumes, and the small caliber bullets hits their intended targets. Their eyes are hit, and the bugs are rendered blind. Martinez aims and fires burst rounds of MPA. The targets are neutralized, but there are more of them. Another group of 5 Kamacarus crawls up to their area and immediately goes in for the attack. A 30 caliber bullet hits the back of one's head, killing it. Hal cycles the action of his Springfield and changes his aim to another. He fires. At the distance of 475 yards, another is hit.
Hey, boys! Anything in the hallway?
Nothing yet. Not on my end. The 2 looks down the hallway as Hal fires again. 3 Kamacarus are roaming the hall when they hear the sniper. Their eye spots the brothers coming out of the room, stand in the middle with their red and green burning hammers in hand. Luigi takes in a deep breath and his face turns serious. One Kamacarus runs up, swinging his claw downwards. Luigi lifts his hammer, blocking both of them. His brother gets to the side and swings. The beast shrieks as it burns. Another runs past the 2 towards the room. Fear enters the brother's mind. The crack of the Springfield goes off. The bullet hits its left eye, half blinding it. The Mario brothers swings their hammers in unison, smashing its head off, killing it. Mario himself looks down the hallway. 5 more bugs have entered the hotel.
Hey, we can use some help here! Alright, we're coming!
Another bug pokes its head through the window, trying to reach for the Koopa, but he and Jeff escape out of the room. Luigi throws a fireball into its face, sending it out of the window and falling to its death. The Kootopians and the brothers runs away from the bugs. Back on the outside, soldiers of the AMF are firing as best as they can. The 88th platoon are overwhelmed by the number of Kamacarus. The commanding officer, Lieutenant Zach Keyes, rallies his men and women to continue fighting as he himself continues to fire his M4. 2 bugs ambushes him and slashes at the man's upper body. His squad fires, getting him off of the lieutenant. Free from their grasps, Keyes stumbles to his feet, gripping his rifle, and continues to fire, despite the severe injuries that he is suffering.
What are you standing there for? Keep shooting!
The man's courage inspires the troops, and they resume fire. Towed missiles and Marston-piercing sabers are fired from Bradley's and Abrams tanks. They collide and explode onto the Queen. The missiles have no effect, but the sabers do a small amount of damage, taking a small chunk from the massive beast. She turns, spotting the armored column firing at her. She runs at them, lifting her arms up. Getting up close, she swings them down. Her left and right claws digs into the armored tops of a Bradley and an Abrams. With ease, she lifts them up. The Abrams is thrown to the right, flying through the air. In Henderson, soldiers of the 69th Battalion spots the incoming tank and runs out of the way. The vehicle smashes into the entrance of the Sector 7 shelter, breaking the doors down. The tank's magazine does not go off, but the crew inside are dead from the impacts. But the real danger is what the soldiers are witnessing. The civilians within the shelter screams for their lives as their means of protection has been compromised.
Be advised, Sector 10 has been breached. Repeat, the sector has been breached. Damn it!
Marlowe kills a Kamacarus in frustration as the Abrams machine gun continues to fire its belt of ammunition.
All units, Sector 10 is compromised. Status on the other sectors. Over.
Sector 5 is still in order, but we're being overwhelmed. Sector 1 is holding, but we're suffering 25% casualties.
The Bat Company, status.
We're holding, but we're getting overrun.
A splash of water gets the man's attention. He looks up, spotting a wave of water freezing a Kamacarus in place in mid-air. He aims upwards and fires. The ice breaks, and the creature falls down to the ground. Inside of the hotel and casino, the brothers and Kootopians runs up the stairway. A crash rocks the building's foundations, knocking the beings off their feet.
What was that?
The 4 hurries up the stairs. Mario bursts through the door. He looks down the right side, then the left.
Holy...
The Bradley, thrown by the Queen over 2.5 miles, 4.02 kilometers, away, is driven through the wall and is laying in the hallway.
Luigi, help me out! We got the door! Go!
Hal reloads as the brothers runs up to the armored vehicle. The driver's hatch opens, revealing a bloodied hand reaching out. Mario jumps up and grabs onto the hand. He carefully pulls out the driver, Sergeant James. Luigi helps setting the man down as the man himself coughs.
Thanks, boys. The commander is still inside.
I'm on it! The Bradley creaks and slightly tilts. Luigi jumps onto it and reaches his hand into the commander's hatch. Bradley Commander Stevenson grabs his hand and pulls himself up. The vehicle continues to tilt. Luigi pulls him out and the two falls into the rugged floor. The Bradley falls out of the hole and falls to the first floor's roof and crashes onto the ground. That was close.
The gunner, loader, and machine gunner were still in there.
Luigi becomes devastated.
It's not your fault. You did the best you could.
The roar of the Springfield grabs their attention. Hal frantically fires his rifle down in the stairway, killing one Kamacarus after the other. We can use a hand here! He and Jeff jumps out of the way of a swinging Kamacarus. Hal lifts his rifle and blocks the arm from hitting him. The brothers rushes and drop kicks the bug away. Falling on its side, it gets shot in the head by the .30 caliber bullet. The floor stands and another reveals itself out of the stairway. It swings its right arm. It slashes Hal's right arm and the left claw slashes his snout. The green-shelled turtle drops to one knee but does not go down. He swings his rifle, hitting the thing's face with the butt of the weapon. A punch by Mario follows as Luigi and Jeff attends to the injured Koopa. You're alright? I've dealt with worse. Mario throws a fireball and finishes off the bug. His eyes widens and steps back to his friends and brother. 10 more Kamacarus are coming into view and surround them and the humans that survived the Queen. On the outside, overwhelming numbers are becoming too much. This is getting a little hairy here.
Warning. Category 5 Titan detected.
I'm pretty sure we know about the Queen, Omega.
No, you fucking idiot. I'm talking about another Titan rapidly approaching from the north.
Wait, what? Place of origin?
Place of origin. Cooptopia.
The sudden realization dawns on the mutants and human. Wait, is it? Oh, shit. All units be advised, another Titan is approaching from the north. What? A sense of energy hits Hal and Jeff's nerves. Hey, is that? It is! A Kamacarus dashes forward, swinging its right arm. A fist drives through the dust, punching the bug's face, shattering it into chunks. The other creatures backs away, unsure of what just happened. Mario and Luigi coughs and waves the smoke away with their hands. What just caused the wall to explode like that? The smoke begins to lift, slowly revealing the lights of Vegas. The orange-yellow skin is revealed, and his face and body follow suit. King Bowser I rests his arm down and puffs smoke from his nostrils. He turns his head to his Koopa and Gooba with the Giovannis. His eyes catches the injuries that Hal has sustained. His eyes twitches and his rage begins to build. Bowser? How did you—
Zip it, servant. You were given a job to do, and you couldn't do that one right.
We're being overrun. It's true, my lord. There are too many of them, and the Queen is outside. Robert's eyes veers upwards, looking directly at the Kamacarus. He sniffs the air. He smells the scent of the Queen still standing on the runways of the airport, plus the multiple siblings of hers. His fist clenches. A vein forms on the side of his head.
Fine. I'll deal with your little problem.
He turns around, showing his spiked green shell.
Servants, attend to Hal's wounds. If he dies, I'm coming back for you.
Wait, Bowser, are you sure that— His snarl interrupts him, confirming his intentions very clearly. Yep, he's sure. Come on, into this room. The mutants, Cootopians, and wooden tankmen enters the room beside them on the right. The door slams shut, and all that remains are the monsters in the hallway.
With each passing day, my trust within these humans becomes less and less.
The Kamacarus screeches, and all of them lunges at the Cootopian king at once. Bowser lifts his arms up to the sides.
Of course! What did I expect from these Shiznu?
He claps his hands. A crack of thunder erupts. A shockwave travels down the hall, smashing and obliterating 5 of the bugs all at once. Blood splatters all over the walls, the ceiling, and the floor. The remaining 4 stops in their tracks as he turns his head to the side to look behind him. Fire builds within his mouth like a furnace. Terror and fear overwhelms the man-sized creatures. Bowser turns around, inhales, and fires a stream of his green flamethrower. The fire engulfs the Kamacarus and travels down the hallway. The queen senses that something is wrong. Some of her children are being killed at a rapid rate. She turns to where it is coming from. The green flames burst out of the walls and windows of the Bellagio Hotel and Casino like geysers. All of the soldiers nearby spots the jets of fire, and immediately they know what it is. Figures. All units, hold your fire. Let Bowser deal with the Kamacarus. The queen's anger grows. Bowser stops at the manhole at the end of the hotel. His eyes veers at the numerous juveniles stopping from attacking the human soldiers looking directly at him. He lifts his eyes upwards, locking onto the 85-meter queen standing in place looking directly back at him. His fist clenches once more and his teeth grinds. The rage continues to build. The queen screeches to her children, commanding them to surround the hotel and the Turtle King. As command, they follow her instructions without question. The swarm circles around like a plague of hornets ready to pounce on their prey. But Bowser's eyes are not on the swarm, but on the one that is controlling them. He takes a step back. He reels his right arm back and tightens his fist. He leaps out of the manhole and flies through the air. He swings his fist forward, smashing through the wall of juveniles with ease. Chunks of their bodies falls to the ground below as Bowser continues to dart through the air at 120 miles per hour, 193 kilometers per hour. The queen realizes that it is she that he is going for. She lifts her arms, guarding her face. Bowser's fist smashes onto the claws. A shockwave erupts and the queen is knocked back 582 yards, 532 meters away. Bowser descends to the ground as his body grows. Grown to his maximum height of 80 meters, 262 feet, he lands on his feet. He stands up straight, pounds his chest, and roars. From a distance, the AMF can see both monsters roaring at each other. The two charges at one another. Bowser and the queen's fists and claws collide repeatedly, attempting to take one or the other off their feet. The constant clashing of fist and claw creates shockwaves, loud enough for everyone to hear, even from a distance. The queen swings her left claw. Bowser blocks it. She swings her right, scraping his face, knocking him back a little. She screeches, commanding her children to attack the monster from behind. Once again, without question, they do as she commands. Bowser himself spots an opening. He swings an uppercut under her chin, knocking her off her feet. He turns around, inhales, and fires his green flamethrower. The fire engulfs all of the juveniles in one blast. The queen stands and becomes horrified. Bowser turns around back to her as the burning carcasses of the juveniles falls to the ground. Furious, she lifts both of her arms and swings. Robert catches both of them. His rage reaches its boiling point. He roars into her face. He grips her arms tightly, pulls, and rips the arms out from her body. Green blood spills out like a hose. Her anger turns into fear. Fear of Bowser and fear for her life. Her wings spreads and she lifts up into the air. The Utopian King grabs her by the legs and pulls her down, slamming the massive bug hard onto the pavement. He plants his foot on her back and grabs her wings. He rips and tears them off with ease, ensuring that she has nowhere else to go. He grabs her head, spins in place, and throws her away. The queen screams as she flies through the air. She crashes through the Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino and collapses onto the intersection of E Flamingo Road and S Las Vegas Boulevard. Harrington Vargas forms an ice dome around herself, Jojo, and Terrell. The debris falls onto the shield and around them. Her painful grunts concerns her husband, but he does not tell her to stop. It finally subsides and the ground underneath them rumbles. The dome disappears and they look out into the distance. Bowser, in his rolling spike ball, smashes through the MGM Grand, through the Marias Grand Chateau, through the bottom floor of the resort and casino, and through the small Eiffel Tower. He pops out of his shell, leaps into the air, and pounces onto the queen like a tiger. The building near Bad Company collapses. Jojo grabs both his wife and Martinez's hands, runs, getting out of the way from the falling debris. She creates a blizzard slide leading down to the road below. They slide down, landing on the street near Captain Marlowe. Their attention turns back to what is happening. King Bowser rains punch after punch after punch without stopping. The queen screams in horrific agony, begging him to stop. He plants his foot on her stomach inhales and unleashes his green flamethrower. The fire engulfs the massive bug from head to toe. She struggles to break free, but it is no use. Inside of her body, her internal organs explodes. Her entire upper body bursts like a heated sealed can of food. Chunks of her body and blood scatters everywhere and onto Bowser. The king himself stops firing. He lifts his head and roars triumphantly, pounding his chest as he does. He inhales and lets out a heavy sigh. The atmosphere of Las Vegas begins to calm. Captain Marlowe takes in a deep breath. He looks behind him, seeing bad company approaching. And I thought I had anger issues. All units, sound off. This is Foley. The 82nd is intact, but we got injured. Over.
14th Armored here. 50% casualties. Over. More reports from different units comes in.
Jojo and Bowser looks to the hotel and casino. Mario and Luigi waves, assuring that they are okay. Bowser snarls.
Don't let this happen again, peasants. Mutants, return to my castle at once. You have some explaining to do.
He turns his head forward and walks away. Well, won't be there. Fucking asshole. Captain Marlowe receives the last transmission from his units, none of which are any good. Oh boy. Command, this is Captain Marlowe. The monsters are neutralized. King Bowser arrived and finished off the Queen. Casualty rate, 50%. Damage to Vegas is severe, and Sector 10 has been breached.
Roger that. Return to base for further details on the battle. Out.
Hearing that is never a good sign. Marlowe looks off to Bowser, still walking away. What the hell are we going to do with you? Hey babe, come over here. Jojo runs over to her. There's something on the back of this thing's neck. There is? He looks and spots something. A small device is sticking out of the back of the juvenile's neck. What is that? I don't know, but I just realized something. Aren't these things usually docile? You're right. They are. He bends down and carefully moves the head to get a better view of the device. A red mark of a person's face is on full display. He stands back up and turns around, spotting Bowser going further and further. Whatever happened at that outpost is something that we need to find out. 400 meters in the air, a small drone zooms its camera out and zeroes in on the Kutopian king.
Analysis complete. Return.
The drone turns and flies away.
Perhaps your strategy is a better alternative, Mr. Xenov. Let's see what you bring to the table.